I'm Evan Helly with Duckworth. I'm a fourth-generation sheep rancher from Dillon, Montana.
So is that like Duck Dynasty?
Similar. No, it has nothing to do with ducks, really. But my family started this business a couple of years ago, and we decided that the best way to give wool products to the consumers is going directly from sheep and all the way to shelf. And we produce everything we make here in the United States, and all the way from the raw fiber that you can see here. And
so this is what the wool looks like after you take it off the sheep.
yeah, this is right off the sheep, so you can still see there's little dirt, little oil still in there called lanolin. Something that's really unique about our wool is you can see the crimpiness in there. See that waviness?
And
That gives it a lot of natural stretch when I pull on it. That also gives it a lot of loftiness as well. And that's really pronounced in our socks and our knitwear. So you can see our socks are really spongy. They've got a ton of compression in there, and it helps keep you really warm. It helps trap a lot of air. And so that leads us to one of our really unique products called Wool Cloud, and we make a wool batting here that you can see in this jacket. And so we can make just like a down insulated jacket. It's wool insulated. It breathes really well.
How's it going?
It's still warm when wet, and it's very warm to weight ratio. Much better than down.
Okay, there's so many companies that are making wool products. What makes you guys unique? Why would I want to buy a Duckworth, whatever, a sweater?
So everything we do is in the United States, which gives us a big upper hand on quality, and we watch the entire supply chain all the way through. So we don't actually contract out any of our production, we do it all ourselves. So we maintain ownership of our wool all the way through the supply chain, all the way to the end. Well, every single sheep that gets shorn, we take that fleece and we use a computer that analyzes it. And we actually look at statistical data on each fleece of every sheep, and we can sort that into different lots for different purposes. What that does is we get a very specific line of wool that's been tested at every single fleece. And what you get overseas is a lot of blending, where they blend this and blend that. You don't know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a lot of averages. And what we're doing is a very low coefficient of variation, and that means our garments have very low itch factor. We actually measure itch factor on every single fleece. It's what's called comfort factor.
So if it comes from a sheep that's really like hyperactive, nervous, it's going to be itchy, more itchy?
It actually has to do with the fiber diameter. So the measurement is in microns, and so a fiber over 30 microns is going to prick your skin and you're going to feel it. So all of our 18.5 micron wool, we test it to make sure that there's no fibers in there greater than 30 micron, and it also tests for short fibers, which can prick your skin as well and make it itch. So our Maverick base layer is actually 100% itch free. A lot of overseas wool is very heavily treated with chemicals, especially chlorine. And so what we have is we have a patented way of chemical-free, shrink-resisting wool. And so many companies put these chemicals on the wool to deburr the fiber to make it not want to felt. And that's a way to make it not want to shrink. What we do is we actually have a chemical-free way. So we actually embrace that crimpiness factor that our wool has, and we breathe into the wool a memory to make it not want to shrink. And so what you're feeling here is very natural wool in its natural state, so it hasn't been compromised by any chemicals, so the strength is still very good. It still absorbs water vapor and can evaporate it as well really well.
But you have chemicals because you've got color in it, right?
Well, the dyes are simple acidic and basic additives that kind of change the texture of the color. So besides dyes, there's no other chemicals. Wool is very unique in its insulating capabilities. So compared to down is just a fiber that helps trap air because it's got fine fibers with pockets of air between it. What wool does is it actually transfers water vapor. So as you sweat, if it's raining, this can take on water and still be warm. Wool can actually take on 40% of its weight in water and still be just as warm or warmer at times. This insulation is very, very warm compared to its weight. We think it's about twice as warm as down, so it would take a down coat twice as thick as this to be equal in insulation. Machine washable, easy to care for, they last forever, you can't wear it out, and it's great for backpacking or working out. If you ever have to dry off, shed a few layers and they'll dry in 30 seconds and you can be back to hiking again. It's just amazing.
Now, who's your competition?
Well, we compete with a lot of other big players like Icebreaker, Smart Wool, and a lot of the base layer segments. But we try to differentiate by having a much more stylish type look to our garments. So a lot of these things, like you can see our Henley here, you can wear this. This is great for skiing, backpacking, hiking, any type of cold weather activity. But then when you're done, you want to go back to the bar and have a drink. It looks great just to wear as it is.
And those companies, they're not in America, right?
No, they're not made in America. Everything we have here is entirely made in America.
What kind of warranty then?
Yes, we warranty our socks, lifetime warranty on these. These are made in a really great factory. They do an excellent job. These socks are just wonderful. They've got cushion in the toe and in the heel, and then ribbing on the top, so they vent out the top. Just really comfortable, great sock. My favorite piece is this vapor wool. This is a blend. It's only 38% wool, but it's actually, we call it vapor wool because it evaporates the vapor off your skin really well. There's a fiber in there called modal, which is regenerated cellulose. When the water vapor from your sweating is coming off your skin, it reacts with the wool and creates like a wicking, blotting effect, and it dries really, really quickly. And so this garment is actually addicting. Once you start wearing it, you can't go back to any other fabric. I've actually thrown out all my cotton t-shirts after I've had this.